Okay. Sorry for the cheap intro for my video, but bear with me. I'm still, well, this is going to be a super cheap video. If you want a really good review, don't watch my video. Watch somebody else's video. Watch, I don't know, Jeremy Johns, whatever his name is. Jeremy someone. But this is going to be a totally off-the-cuff video of all these movies that I'm going to watch. And I'm going to do it all this summer. I did it before. Nobody ever watched my videos, and nobody's ever going to watch this video, so I don't care. I don't care what I say. Basically, this is, like I said, going to be off-the-cuff review. I've done a couple reviews on and posted them to YouTube, and they've later on I've gone back and watched them, and I realized to myself, man, I wasn't really giving a really good review. I mean, I gave Transformers 2 a pass. I said it's worth watching. It is totally not worth watching at all. It was terrible. In fact, you go back, like the first one, the first Transformers movie, I have a guilty pleasure for, but all the other ones are just pure and utter. I poop out better stuff than those movies are. But anyways, this is me. Hey, I'm Scott, and I'm at the drive-in. I'm at Midway Drive-In in Ravenel, Ohio, and I'm going to watch two movies tonight. The first movie being Rampage, which is going to be The Rock with CGI monsters. What better recipe can you have for a movie? And then the second movie is going to be Ready Player One, which I know a lot of people. I've heard a lot of reviews through all my nerd podcasts about Ready Player One. A lot of people have read the book. A lot of people like the book, but don't love it. And a lot of people like this movie, but or do love it. So it seems like the book's okay, the movie's even better, is what I'm hearing. But that is my short or my long way of saying I'm really kind of excited about seeing this movie. So I'm going to be watching Rampage and Ready Player One, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a review of these movies. Of course, if you guys have a drive-in in your area, please visit the concession stand, because these drive-ins are dying out. And the only way, they don't make money on the tickets. They make money on you going to the concession stand and buying the hot dogs and the overpriced fries. I know they're overpriced. I know you're spending like $10, $11. I just spent $11 on fries and a hot dog and a drink, which, I mean, you can buy at the local DQ for like $5.50, but it's not about the food. It's about supporting the local drive-ins, and go to the concession stand and support your local drive-ins, because where else can you go to see two movies for $10? And if you go to anywhere else, you'll be spending $12 for that ticket for just you, and then you buy like $10 worth of food and previews are showing. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna hit pause, and then when I come back, the Rampage will be over, and I'm gonna be telling you how much I love that movie. Testing 1 2 3. And I just got done watching Rampage, and again, let me go ahead and just say this again. I'm going to just keep on repeating myself. This video is not really a review, and it's not going to be high quality or professional. This is more of me just conversing with everyone and telling everybody what I think about the movie. So with that said, I am going to talk about specifics of the movie. So if you don't want the movie spoiled, then don't watch this video, which I know you're not, but excuse me. I bought some popcorn, and my first bite into it, I breathed in. I could feel that kernel just like shoot past the back of my throat, straight into my lungs. I'm in a little pain. But anyways, so popcorn. Anyways, when I talk about these movies, I'm going to use very, very specific examples or plots, parts of the movie. I'm going to talk about it, going to refer to it. So if you don't want it spoiled, then don't watch. No, but like I said, the reason why I'm saying this stuff is so that I can create a conversation. In fact, the point of this video is not to make me, rich or famous or YouTube famous, as it were. It's more to create a conversation. So I'd like to start my little saying for this is please don't subscribe. I'm going to try to get like a graphic right around here. Please don't subscribe. And what I would suggest to you guys doing, when YouTube first came out, you had a lot of shitty ass videos with no production quality whatsoever. But it was a bunch of guys like me talking about stuff that we enjoyed, or pretty girls. And of course, all the pretty girls got the views. And then it turned into a business where all these like people put money into production value, and made these really nice videos. And of course, we've grown to love these people like Wheezy Waiter and Philip DeFranco and whatnot. But now, in light of the YouTube Red, which is a place to showcase their professional videos, I would encourage people to take back YouTube as the hobbyist, the person that wants to make videos just, for the shits and giggles of it. So let me go ahead and talk really briefly about, now that I've said that and wasted all your time, let me talk briefly about Rampage. To know me is to understand that I'm a huge science fiction fan. And not only, but when I was growing up, I watched a lot of 1950s science fiction flicks. And Ray Harryhausen was one of the innovators of that time period for the science fiction flick, with like movies from like 20 Million Miles to Earth, or It Came Beneath the Sea, Earth Burst to Flying Saucers. Oh man, what else? 20,000, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Let's go on and on. And his movies, they were so great. I loved them. And I've seen recently where they, because of CGI and stuff like that, where it makes it easier to put these big creatures on the screen and make it look more and more realistic, that I've seen kind of bringing back these kind of movies and letting us see this kind of movies again. And that's exactly what this movie was. It was nothing. It was no Academy Award, of course. We all know that. But it was really fun, and we had to rock in it. And this movie is no exception. Here's what you need for these movies to work. You need cool creatures on the screen. You need involved, emotionally involved action sequences that have consequences, and you need likable characters that you can read behind, and that's what this movie gave. Now, this movie gave you a couple scenes that were just not needed, especially at the end when the denouement of the whole story is the gorilla telling really bad jokes and giving Rock the finger and pretending he was dead. It didn't really work for me, but the rest of the movie did. And some of the jokes, good characters to follow and root behind, and some funny times, some laughter that happened throughout the movie. So again, I said I was going to talk briefly about it, so I'm going to cut it there and say. With this movie, for me personally, I know there's been a couple other movies that have come out before that, but the summer movie season has begun, for me personally, with this movie. It was good, dumb, action-oriented summer movie fun. So I would give it 6.5, 7 out of 10. Totally worth the watch, totally worth your $10 to $12 to $14 to go to the movie. Just don't expect to be wowed by it. It was a good time, and for that first watch, it probably doesn't have a rewatchable value to it, but I would recommend it. So I am going to watch, Ready Player One, and when I get done with that, I'll go ahead and let you know what I think about that. And then if they haven't escorted me off the lot, I'll drive on home and edit my movies and stuff like that. But you guys don't need to know this, but again, whatever. All right. I'll talk to you after the movie. See you, bye. Hey, I just got done watching Ready Player One, and I'll be honest with you, the majority of the way through, I was thinking to myself, it was okay. But at the end, it kind of made up for itself. And not only that, but at the end, you got to see kind of like Spielbergian signatures all the way throughout the ending of that movie, reminding you of the brilliancy of Spielberg. So basically, we have a story about some old guy that creates what is kind of like the World Wide Web, but it's it's called the Oasis, and it's like the World Wide Web of virtual reality, and everybody's on it. Everybody plays games. It's how people live their lives in the future. Due to overpopulation, they have limited resources in the real world, so they seek out the virtual reality world to find entertainment and all that kind of fun stuff. Basically, this old guy who created this decides when he died to to contest off the ownership of the Oasis. And the story takes the viewpoint of our protagonist, who discovers the first key, and then throughout the whole story discovers the second and third key that they were supposed to find to unlock this, to gain winnership of the whole Oasis. Here's the thing that may get on you guys' nerves, and it got on my nerves a little bit, is in the beginning of the movie, it was mostly cartoon. It was a lot of CGI. You could tell that it was, motion capture technology, kind of like almost rotoscoping, where they had the actors act out the parts and then they just animate over top of it. And that was the majority of the first half of the film. And then the second half of the film, where they actually take it back into reality, was actually the part I actually started caring about the most. Yeah, I don't know. Making it like almost completely cartoon made me not care about it, but as we ventured back into reality, made me care about it even more. And that's why I think all the way throughout the movie, I was giving it a meh review until the very end, when it all tied together, all paid off, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a pass, because I think it dealt more with the reality. For all in all, it was a pretty enjoyable movie. Just until the very end. You have to wait until the very end to actually have it start affecting you in some way. All right. All right. So if you would push me, put a gun to my head and say, give it a numbered score. Again, I'm going to have to score it about the same as I did Rampage. And Rampage is definitely not as well produced of a movie as Ready Player One. Ready Player One, you can tell they dumped a lot of time into it, and a lot of money into it. I didn't feel the connection, the emotional connection that I was supposed to in this movie. So therefore, I'm going to have to give it like a 6 or a 7. Say 6.5. I enjoyed it. It just didn't have that emotional tug that it was supposed to. It didn't inspire me to love it. So there you go. Rampage, 6.5. Ready Player One, 6.5. And this is me, Scott, at the drive-in. I'm gonna miss you guys next weekend because I have to work, so I won't be able to go to the drive-in. But I'm trying to make it a regular thing where I do these videos. But all right, I'll let you guys know what the next movie is going to be, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.